Today's video, we're running it back with an old school pick of fakers, and that is AHRI Mid. The man obviously has been testing out in the preseason, testing out the new items on some of his older picks, his more signature picks, such as the AHRI, and seeing if it can work in Korean solo queue. So without further ado, let's jump straight into today's gameplay. Jumping onto the Rift, guys, the rune page, it's an electrocute setup. This is obviously for more burst. For your actual summoner spells, he's going for teleport and not ignite. The problem with AHRI at the moment, and why it's not seen in competitive games and very high elo very often, is mainly due to her weak early game. Her mana costs are way too high. They need to bring her mana costs slightly down to make her a competitive mid laner, but her win rate overall is pretty decent, so they can't do that because it completely break the champion in lower elos where the laners don't abuse AHRI. So FAKER opts for the teleport because he's probably going to go low mana in the early game and have to teleport back in with an item advantage, where then he can start to, I guess, poke the Rumble out in the laning phase and start to look for picks. And you can see he starts W, level 1 by the way, not Q, W. Pretty cheap mana cost, low cooldown. Obviously not really looking for poke, just looking to CS. Make sure none of these creeps go to waste. The new W on AHRI, by the way, they did that little mini rework if you don't remember. It executes minions now, which is really nice for CSing. It really does help. And guys, attack speed instead of one attack speed instead of an adaptive in your runes. FAKER does this on pretty much every mage. Most of the high elo mids do this on every mage. It's more to get, you might have much cleaner auto attacks. You can shove the wave faster. It just feels a lot better. So if you guys haven't tried this out, try running attack speed in your runes. And tell me what you guys think. Are you guys averaging more CS per minute in the early laning phase? As the Rumble roams bot side, FAKER instantly TPs and instantly bases. The enemy has to back off of that. I'm not sure if he saved them if he needed to, but he heads back to base, he gets boots, he gets a control ward, and he'll head back out. And the wave in the mid lane is terrible. He had to, if he hard shoved that into tower, it actually wouldn't have been that bad. But you can see, look what the Jarvan just did. You see the Jarvan in the mid lane? I'm pretty sure he just froze the wave. He pulled it, and look at that massive wave the Rumble will come back to. If you're a jungle main watching this, or your mid lane main, try and recommend your jungler. If you can pick up that wave to save it from crashing, look at this wave that this Jarvan has just prepared. Rek'Sai, don't think you're able to do that, buddy. Huge wave coming in now. I expect Rumble. Where the hell is Rumble? He should be there. Oh, damn, that took him a long time. FAKER shoves a wave in, moves into the river now. Q-Max. I'm wondering what he maxes second, actually. Because with the buff W, is W-Max still better? Or does he think that the E-Max is more valuable because of the stun time? And I genuinely think AHRI is a good champion for climbing below Diamond. Oh, level 4. He has Flash. That was absolutely beautiful. So with AHRI, guys, you can E-Flash. You don't Flash E. You E and then you Flash in the direction you want it. And there'll be no delay. There'll be literally no delay. It's so hard to react to that. If you Flash and then E, it's very easy to react to. Rumble didn't have Flash. You're never going to react. But just letting you guys know, that E-Flash is very important when playing this champion. And I recommend AHRI, as I was saying, to below diamonds. I think the champion is very strong because it has so much mobility. It has a get out of jail free card with the ultimate. That's why I like champions like the Echo and the AHRI. If you're not very good with positioning, these champions, it helps so much. If you're playing like Syndra and you notice you're just dying every game, permanently getting caught out, try these champions like the AHRI, like the Echo, like even the LeBlanc with a little bit more mobility, and you'll find it so much easier to just come into the game, not get picked out, reposition in the middle of team fights. It's actually a really nice champion to have. The problem, as I've said, is just in high elo, she gets punished by strong laners. That's literally the only bad thing about AHRI, is she just gets punished by stronger laners who have less mana costs because she's always running on low mana. Another great thing when you're into things like the Jarvan is to pick champions with a dash. I usually go for the Echo. If Echo's not up though, AHRI, LeBlanc, always good picks. When I play Syndra, I play Talia. And I'm into a Jarvan, he just ults you. And if you don't have Flash, you're dead. you're literally done. So having this Ahri to dash out when he engages may actually be the reason why Faker picked this champion. As Rek'Sai, you can see him looking on the flank. I don't know what his game plan is here. But Faker with a small CS lead, he'll head back to base here. And Rek'Sai DCs at 6 minutes. Not what you want to be seeing with a 400 gold deficit. Camille's ahead. Bot lane is ahead. He is ahead. The Jarvan, however, is so far ahead. Gets that Phage. And Fake will come back in the mid lane. He's ramping up. Ooh. Level 6 now, guys. Obviously, when you hit level 6 on Ahri, you're looking to set up a kill on the mid lane, usually with your jungler. It's very easy. If not, hard shove and look to dive either bot or top. It's as simple as that. If there's no dives available, hard shove, move into the river, start placing some vision. Start putting your wards down. Faker already has a control ward out. Checks those brushes to see if there's any pinks maybe. Bot lane looking like they're going to recall. Nothing is available. Rek'Sai is not coming back, I don't believe. And let's see how he deals with the 4v5 scenario. No jungle. The most important position for a mid laner, honestly. It's so important to have a strong jungler to secure the map, secure your buffs. I would say at around about level 9 is when Ahri actually starts becoming very strong. Her wave clear, it's hard to deal with. And she starts to become a really good power pick. Ults, 2, has one more. Ults in, grabs the kill onto the Morgana. How easy is that? Just pop a couple of ultimates, throw some abilities. It's very hard to stuff that up. And he should have enough for the Lost Chapter here, starting to get a bit of mana. Poor Rek'Sai. Come on, buddy. Instead of Lost Chapter, he goes Sork Shoes. This is super aggressive for the penetration. Sork Shoes will give you a little bit more upfront damage on a burst combo. That's about it. The problem is, if you do 2 or 3 rotations, you're and at that point, you're kind of useless. So Faker opts for the more mobility, a little bit more damage, but a lot less sustain. Definitely a greedier setup, but he knows because the Rek'Sai is getting further and further behind, he needs to start really putting his footprint on this match. See those backlines? At level 9, with enough ability power, you can one-shot those, and that's when your wave clear becomes good. With Sorks, because the pen helps a little bit, but not very much on the minions. But at level 9, I don't think it really matters. Here's Jarvan. He doesn't have... Oh, it's the charm. Looking to juke. Gets knocked up. And gets obliterated. He greeted with his flash. He was trying to juke the Jarvan flag and drag. What he should have done is just flash over to the blue buff wall. What would have happened if the Jarvan probably would have followed it up and maybe just killed him anyway? So maybe Faker just accepts death. Heads back to base now. Has a teleport up in 10 seconds when he's alive. And the Lost Chapter has been purchased. Doesn't TP to lane. Pop your W. I'm pretty sure W you get back to base faster, no? You get to lane faster. Conserving the mana. He's going to be maxing E second. He really is throwing it back. Old school Ahri. I like to put 3 points in my E and then I'll max my W afterwards. I feel like 5 points, man. 3 gives you enough stun duration, charm duration that you can get your full combo off easily and get in and out of scenarios. As they're almost 1,000 gold down. Jarvan not stacking the dragons, which is great. The worst part about a 4v5... Oh, Morgana binding hits. Rumble ult comes out. Faker, ult. Looking to get out. Does he live? He dies. He drops. He's 2 deaths now, and the Rumble lives. Man, this game's looking tough. Big Dior, my mans. With the slight deficit in the bot lane, but it should be fine. I'm wondering what T1 is going to look like in 2021. I saw they picked up, I believe they picked up, they dropped Effort, right? And they picked up a new support. Was it Kyria? I think it was. They might be having some roster shuffles around FAKER. I wasn't sure if FAKER's going to play another year, but this man just doesn't seem like... I don't know, man. I thought he was going to take the Bjergsen route, where he would step back into a coaching role. But this man's still hungry, man. He's spamming solo queue games. He hasn't lost the drive to win, which is crazy. He's been going for how many years now? 7 years? 7, 8 years? That's a long time of just like... That's a long time. To stay at his level, you have to put... It's like 10 plus hours per day, man. Or more on average. It's pretty crazy. You gotta respect the guy. I wonder... If in like 20 years, do you think there's going to be any other name we remember more than FAKER? Like, is someone going to surpass FAKER, or is he just... He's too cemented. He's too like, he's too far. He's too deep in. I honestly think he's going to be remembered as the #1, the OG. The Michael Jordan. As he shoves mid lane in, enemy Jarvan is power farming. Not looking good. Rumble's here. FAKER ult, he'll pick up this free kill. Thank you very much. 2 stacks in the Dark Seal. Jarvan heads down and collects bot lane. Jesus Christ. And a lot of people in this scenario will spam FF and give up on the game. And it really does annoy me. You can win 4v5s. It's not impossible to win a 4v5. It's depressing, and it's goddamn hard. But if FAKER gets fed and makes one pick, it's going to be a 4v4 anyway. If you make that one calculated pick into a team fight, you could force a 4v4. Take an objective, get too far ahead. The best bit is, you can farm his entire jungle, and you can take that lead for yourselves. The enemy's 3,000 gold ahead at the moment, though, as FAKER's base doesn't get stopped. Blasting one picked up. And they're going to keep fighting. FAKER TP open. Not dropping into a side lane as of yet. I thought he might have went down bot lane. Samira's down there. What is this Rek'Sai doing? He keeps trying to connect and then not. Does he, like, his VPN's blown up? What's going on? Happened pretty often when I was in Korea. The Chinese players that use VPNs to play would have a lot of internet issues. They DC a lot and have to come back and they have like 200 ping. You're like, what the hell's going on, man? You good? And then usually they're just not good. Not in a good place. As the monkey picks up a kill. FAKER no ultimate. 5 seconds. And I guess he's just gonna farm the jungle. Perfect. Make sure if you're... Oh! Ult. Charm. Into the queue. Thank you very much, Jarvan. That shutdown was exactly what we needed. That's why you pick champions with dashes into Jarvan. Imagine you're a Syndra and Ori with no flash. Like, how doomed are you? So his item, guys, his mythic is an Everfrost. That is the GLP converted. That is the spray item. Which I think, honestly, is pretty crap. But can it work on AHRI? The only reason I think it could work on AHRI is because of how easily it is to position. You can ult into the Everfrost into the Charm. Or you could Charm into the Everfrost. There's not many champions I think Everfrost is actually viable on. But I definitely think AHRI is one of them. I think AHRI, I think Silas. There's honestly not that many more champions in the mid lane I can think of where I prefer the item. So he has both summoners up. He has his teleport. He drops into the side lane finally. And he'll be collecting as many resources as he can. Then he'll just teleport across or simply roam across after the wave is shoved and look to regroup. Everfrost and the new Hextech Proto Belt, the Rocket Belt, so bad for wave clear now. They really nerfed that. They didn't like the idea you could use an item on such low cooldown to wave clear, which I agree with, but it's also just annoys me because I like to use it to abuse. Wukong, Charm misses. Faker ultimate. Everfrost. Q. Okay. Wukong flashes. Faker will die. Faker won't die. Faker will die. We get 2 flashes out of that. And Camille. Does she have ult? No ult. Come on. Come on, Camille. You get this. You get this. Hook shot. Hook shot. Samira gets 1. Has a red buff. Later. 2 kills onto the Samira. 5th kill of the game for her. This is actually recoverable. And also, guys, F in the comments. They ruined Kayle. Not only did they hard nerf Kayle and Kayle's items, they also hard nerfed my Yone and Yasuo Rage Blade strategy. It's tragic. Literally patched today. Hard nerfed it as Faker TP's in. Looking to get an assist for himself. Rumble, huge ult. Nice, Camille. We're eating some shutdowns. I like it. And this team finally starting to work as a 4-man unit. And this is how you do it. You make those picks and then you force. You group together and you force because you should have a level advantage. If you look across the map, they should... Ooh, Ahri. Ults in. Grabs 1. Grabs 2. Kill lead for Faker's team. Gold lead still over to the red side. Mainly due to the Jarvan's entire gold over this goddamn Rek'Sai. Faker picks up a Fiendish Codex, some cooldown reduction second. He's probably looking to get a Cosmic Insight for the cooldown reduction. And the ability power. I believe they buffed it this patch. But guys, in your solo queue games, man, like, for next season, or even just start now, stop giving up in your games. Don't give up. Don't chit-chat and flame your team. It's too often that it happens. You throw away so many winnable games. I know people watching this are listening and they're like, do I though? Yes. Most of you would do this. Where you have a 4v5 scenario and you start typing, GG, it's over. I can't win. Let's just mute and giga tryhard into the next season. For people that hit silver, maybe you guys could hit gold if you won an extra couple of those games and turned it around. I'm not kidding. Should be a goal of yours. There's games that were winnable that you didn't win. I have them as well. If I could have played slightly better or didn't give up. I don't really play with chat on, but if I had chat on, I used to. A lot of games where I'd say, like, I would say something small. Like, I remember way back in like 2015, I'd say something small. I'd be like, damn, bot. Like, I wouldn't say bot gap. I'd be like, damn. I don't know what I'd say, but it would trigger one person. I'd be like, damn, wish I got that blue. Like, it'd trigger one person, and then it would just, it's just like a tsunami. It just it's just a snowball, and everyone in the team gets triggered and starts arguing, and the game's over at that point, man. Just calm it down. Play the best that you can, like Faker is doing, and try and make an unwinnable game winnable. As we are almost back into the gold lead. The enemy is starting to stack dragons, which makes me nervous in a 4v5 because then you're really against the clock. Faker, does he have enough? Looks like he's waiting around. Cosmic has been bought. Cosmic Drive. Did I call it Cosmic Insight? Cosmic Drive. Gives you 30 haste. Gives you movement speed on your abilities. It's a really nice item for Ahri. You're actually highly mobile now with the movement speed on your W. And I want to see a really nice combo. Like an R into Everfrost. Let's see. Let's go for it. Knows somebody's in that brush. Charms them out. Camille is a goddamn demon in this side lane now. Good luck. Flash in by the Morgana. Charm hits, but it's Morgana black shielded. So it's a 4v5 and the enemy just permanently trying to set up for this Baron. Well, they actually don't do Baron that fast. Morgana, Faker has to ult it. Everfrost. And they all get cleaned up. It's only Faker and Camille left. That's tragic. That is exactly what the enemy team needed. They should be able to force into a Nasher here. And Camille kind of wishing she just stayed bot and splitted. She could have got a tower and a tower and a half. Aww, that's cute. Thank you, Camille. Faker has the teleport. Camille's TP is almost up. Drop into a 1-2-1. Might work. They don't have that good of engage, honestly. They engage onto Ahri is very hard. As long as she has ultimate, she's safe. You can split as deep as you want. Looking for a base here. He has the teleport. I reckon he's going to base and look for one of the... Oh, he doesn't even base. Instant teleports into this fight. He's coming in hot. Ultimates instantly. Lands the charm into the... Oh, dude, the Everfrost onto the Kai'Sa. That completely took her out of the fight. Double kill. So he landed charm and then Everfrosted as the charm was just about to expire. And she was CC'd for days and had to get out of that fight. He got no damage off. And they run down mid. 10 stacks on the Darksteel now. Medjai's is a great pick for mid laners, guys. Super efficient now. They increased the price by Medjai's by 200, I think. But what they did was that you still get the mythic ability. So, like, you're still getting that extra penetration or extra cooldown or extra ability power, which is always pretty much more valuable than 200 gold flats. The Medjai's is infinitely more powerful, I believe, on this patch. A lot of mid laners. I think you only need 5 or 6 stacks on the Medjai's now to make it actually gold efficient. Whilst the previous patch, I think you needed 7 stacks to make it gold efficient. So it got slightly better. So, and he does pick a Medjai's up. Perfect. It's always a really good item when you're playing champions like the Ahri or the LeBlanc, where you pretty much have the option to play like a KDA player. You can opt to when to go in, when to play it safe. As Faker is probably gonna... Oh, he lives! That is so lucky that he lives there. He would have lost the Medjai's and game would have been done. Yikes, these fights are goddamn hard. Faker recalls. Has no summon, he's got to be a little bit careful here. Ultimate's in 38. Still, he'll stand as far back as possible and just launch off some skill shots. Everfrost just misses, but grabs the Wukong. There we go. Charm cancels the Jarvan. And the Camille gifts over another kill. We got 20 stacks on the Medjai's now. And what can they get out of this? Maybe they could maybe push for an inhib if they want. Faker ultimate in 15. Rumble is not very fast. Charm lands. 9th kill over to Faker. Him and this Camille. Who is this Camille? Love the way they're working together. Can they... Oh, the ultimate's back up. Ult's in. Everfrost. Thank you very much. 25 stacks on the Medjais, and we're going to run it down mid. We're going to run it down as a 4-man unit. The gold is still even. I don't know how. And they don't greed for the Nexus, of course. Play it safe. Camille and Ahri have so much gold to spend. I'm interested to see what he builds. What do you go at this point? Do you go Void? Do you go Deathcap? What are we looking to buy? Hard for me to tell if they have magic resist. I don't think they have magic resist. We're going Deathcap, baby. Nice. That's what I like to see. Especially when you got something like a Medjai, when you get that extra ability power amp. Takes your AP to the moon. You're going straight up. Blue buff should be delivered to Faker. Is it up? Gimme, 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 gimme. Thank you very much. Man, everyone gives stuff to Faker. When I play, now, this is not delusional, I get nothing. If I were to be given, if I were to be blessed upon like Faker is in the game, would I also be of his skill level? A great question. I guess we'll never know. Because I don't even get third blues in my games. As we snap back, Faker looking for a pick as the enemy overextends a little bit. Camille is so fed, man. Game plan at this point is pick into Nash, into AHRI mid, into end. That is what you're looking for. You've got to pick somebody to start to force a 4v4. A 4v5 straight up is kind of too hard to play. Morgana. That's a real flash? Faker ults, gets rid of that. It's only a 45-second cooldown. $30 on the ultimate now. We're looking. Camille has no flash, so it's a little bit awkward for her to look for that engage. Are they on it? It's brush camping. Classic. And you see how they're just cutting off each other's waves? This makes sure that you can't just run down mid and end the game. If you have no wave, there's nothing you can do. Very common to see in pro games for these waves to get cut like this. Because if you go straight to the objective, the team can essentially just run down mid with the wave and end the game. It's not that easy, obviously. As Faker gets a death cap, and he's going to sprint over to the Baron as they just started it. Knows the Morgana's in that brush. Has ultimate. One more tick. E misses. Q misses. But they do get the Rumble. And they get the Wukong. Who else can we get? W's for the movement speed. Looking for the Kai'Sa. Grabs her. Who's left? Jarvan and Morgana. And a shit ton of objectives. What is Faker going to do? I don't think you'd want to chase, do you? Rumble's up in 15 with ult. This is going to be against the clock. You can see the Leona just pestering with the Morgana. They're pinging on their way for the Nexus. Wukong's up in 10 seconds. Looking for the Jarvan. Rumble ults the wave. Faker E flashes and he picks up the Rumble. TikTok, you gotta go now, you gotta go now. Not sure what the hell that charm was from Faker, but they're looking to fight. And they flash in. The charm lands, they pick up the Jarvan, and they'll pick up the win. What a 4v5. Nice job by my boy Faker. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the VOD, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.